Good morning. We are on chapter 21. Ravi. Coach Victorine comes rushing over to help me. Get the first aid kit, he yells. Everybody crowds around. I check myself, but nothing is broken. There is no blood, just a painful spot on my shoulder where the ball struck me. A terrible thought suddenly occurs to me. My glasses! Oh, if you have glasses, you know how that feels. My glasses! But when I reach into my pocket and pull them out, I'm relieved to see they are not broken either. What happened out there, Sam Ream? Asked Coach Victorine. You forgot what game we're playing. Sorry, Coach, Dylan says. The ball must have been wet or something. It just got away from me. I didn't mean to hit him, honest. Sure. It's nothing, I say, standing up and brushing myself off. Please, can I bat again? But Coach Victorine won't allow it. How about you take our young friend here down to the nurse's office so she can look him over, he tells Dylan. We don't want to take any chances. As Dylan and I walk to the nurse's office, it seems I do most of the talking. I have so much I want to say. Can you believe Mrs. Bean thinks I need special help? I laugh. Ridiculous. You saw my Vedic math. Does she think I'm Ramaswamy? Who? Asked Dylan. He's talking like he knows his past. He was a boy at my school in India who couldn't read. Does she think I'm like him or Bigfoot? All he did when we were in the research room yesterday was talk about candy and look at sports magazines. Ha! Make sure you tell the nurse it was an accident, says Dylan. I didn't hit you on purpose. No worries, man, I tell him. Do you know Kapil Dev, the famous Indian cricketer? He came to Vidya Minder as a chief guest at our sports day last year. My best friend Pramod and I had our pictures taken with him. When you come to my house, I'll show you. You can see all my trophies too. And Amma will make dosas for us. Our garden is quite big. Maybe I can teach you how to play cricket, and you can teach me how to hit a home run. Dylan smiles and winks at me. Can hardly wait, he says. When we arrive at the nurse's office, Dylan reminds me once again to explain that he didn't hit me with the ball on purpose. Then he leaves and goes back to class. The nurse gives me an ice pack for my shoulder and tells me to lie down on a cot to rest. I close my eyes for a while, and when I open them again, there's a girl in a green uniform standing in the doorway, holding my backpack and jacket. She's from my class, but I don't remember her name. Mrs. Beam told me to bring Robbie's stuff in case he's going to go home early, she tells the nurse. I'm fine, I say, sitting up. I don't need to go home. The bell rings, and fifth graders start coming down the corridor towards the lunchroom. The girl in the green uniform puts my things on the chair and leaves. Please, I beg the nurse, can I go to lunch now? Nothing is going to prevent me from eating my lunch with Dylan Zamreem. He really wants him to be his friend. If you're sure you feel up to it, says the nurse, let me get you a fresh ice pack to take with you. It will keep the swelling down. The nurse takes so long preparing the ice pack that by the time I get to the lunchroom, Dylan has already brought his lunch and is sitting at the table in the corner by the window, shooting straw papers with his friends. I look at the menu board on the wall. Today they are serving something called chili. I see someone eating a bowl filled with red beans and tomatoes. In India, we call this soup rajma. It's more of a North Indian dish, but Amma makes it sometimes anyways, adding plenty of cumin seeds and black pepper to make it spicy. Rajma is served with rice, but American chili is served with something kind of a yellow bread that looks like cake. He means cornbread. I have my tiffin box with me, but I grab one of the plastic trays anyways and tuck it under my arm. I have a plan I'm certain will help me fit in. Oh, poor guy. Bigfoot is sitting at the same table where I sat on my first day. I walk right past him to Dylan's table. I recognize some of the other faces. Robert Princenthal and Keith Campbell, Tim, Jim, Tom Dinkins, and the red-headed boy named Jax. Excuse me, can you make some room for me, please? I asked Tom Jenkins, who is sitting next to Dylan. Tom Dinkin looks at Dylan. You heard the man. Move over, Dink, says Dylan. Then he laughs and snaps his head back to shake the hair out of his eyes, Bollywood style. I wonder if Amma would ever let me grow my hair long like that. Tom Dinkins moves over, and I sit down on the bench next to Dylan. I place the plastic tray in front of me, unbuckle the lid, open the top compartment of my tiffin box, and transfer the creamy white Oreta onto one of the small square sections of my tray. I smile. Finally, I am where I belong. Oh, we're gonna see what happens. I don't know. It doesn't sound like he's had a good time so far, so we'll see what happens next. That was chapter 21. Until next time.